Over the past tens of thousands of years, many hundreds of living species have been lost through extinction due to climatic and environmental changes. Today, the only evidence of their existence is through their fossils and a few reconstructed models in museums. Over the past century, extinction rates have increased at an alarming speed, largely due to increased human activities. Of the many species now under threat, giant clams, once found throughout the world's tropical oceans, are now facing extinction too. Visitors to Malaysian Borneo are lucky enough to still be able to see some of the surviving species of giant clams within its coastal waters. However, without intervention, these giant clams will also become a species of the past, only to be seen within museums and books. This increasing threat of extinction to the world's last remaining giant clams is the driving force behind the daily research and conservation initiatives of the Marine Ecology Research Center, or MERC as it is known. MERC is located at the doorstep to 5,000 hectares of the Tunku Abdul Rahman Park and is determined to arrest the decline of giant clam populations by introducing an active giant clam propagation program. Giant clams are slow-growing and have a minimal defense system, which makes them highly susceptible to any threat, whether it's from natural enemies or human activities, such as unsustainable collection for seafood restaurants or the ornamental fish trade, therefore resulting in accelerated extinction rates. Indiscriminate dumping of rubbish, even on land, often ends in the sea, resulting in widespread pollution. Coastal development from increasing human populations results in irrecoverable damage due to marine dredging and seafront reclamation, eutrophication from agricultural fertilizers and sewage outflows, not to mention coral reef smothering from sediment runoff. Rising water temperatures from global warming causes coral bleaching. This phenomenon is the formation of white patches within the coral itself, as the individual coral polyps expel their colorful symbiotic zooxanthellae, which all corals critically need as a source of essential nutrients. Coral reefs face many other more localized threats from outbreaks of crown-of-thorns starfish, which eat live corals. Damage from ill-placed anchors and from unmanaged recreational activities such as snorkeling and scuba diving also degrade our coral reefs. So why specifically the giant clam? There are 8 species of giant clam in the world, and 7 of these are found in Malaysian waters. 2 of these have now been classified as locally extinct. Giant clams are listed under CITES, prohibiting the trade between countries that subscribe to the need to protect threatened species. Giant clams are also listed as vulnerable in the IUCN Red Data list of endangered animals. These listings reflect the global concern regarding the possible extinction of giant clams worldwide. Giant clams play an important role in the marine ecosystem as they take in harmful waste nutrients like ammonia and nitrate and expel clean water to the environment. The symbiotic zooxanthellae found within the giant clam's mantle tissue also produces life-supporting oxygen during photosynthesis. Under the MERC Giant Clam Propagation Program, you can find almost 2,000 individuals from all 7 local species being monitored and bred for their continued conservation and preservation. Specimens of the 8th species of giant clam, which are usually found in the deep waters off Fiji, will be arriving soon to complete the collection. In order to successfully breed giant clams, certain preparations have to be carried out. First of all, the mature clam specimens need to be successfully induced to release eggs and sperm for reproduction to take place. Plankton then has to be cultured to feed the tiny hatchery-bred clams. Larval and settlement tanks are necessary to collect and allow these juvenile clams to settle on selected substrates after undergoing various stages of division over a 5-day period. Finally, there is a long wait of up to 3 years until the clams grow large enough within the nursery before they are able to survive on their own on the coral reefs in the wild. Apart from giant clams, MERC is also planning to breed other species like high-value food fish for culture to reduce the stressful demand upon the wild populations. MERC is ideally nestled within the Malahom Bay on Gaia Island, which comprises of 3 sensitive marine ecosystems: mangroves, seagrass beds, and coral reefs. Mangroves protect the coast from erosion and storms. Their massive root systems are efficient in dissipating wave energy and provide a unique and safe environment for many young organisms, including many commercially important species of fish and crustacean. Lesser known but equally important of marine ecosystems are the seagrass beds. Seagrass beds are highly diverse and productive ecosystems, with many species feeding upon and within the seagrass itself, including the highly endangered sea cows, or dugongs, as they are more scientifically known, not to mention threatened populations of seahorses. The seagrass slows water currents, therefore helping to reduce coastal erosion, whilst also producing life-supporting oxygen through photosynthesis. The most commonly known and talked about marine ecosystem are the coral reefs. Coral reefs are usually found in shallow, warm, tropical marine waters and support an extraordinarily high marine biodiversity. Coral reefs play home to a great variety of tropical reef fish, including many species of high commercial value food fish. MERC has acknowledged the importance of its surrounding coral reefs and began its coral restoration program. Under this program, an artificial reef structure is built and a low-voltage electrical current is connected to it, which encourages dissolved minerals to crystallize and encrust onto its surface. This white encrusting layer is the same mineral that makes up the natural skeleton of all coral reefs, a chemical compound called carbonate. Corals rapidly colonize these encrusted structures and grow at extremely fast rates, as the small electrical currents also attract the vital minerals and nutrients that the corals thrive upon and need for growth. Whilst many other coastal tropical countries have constructed such electro-bio reefs, the MERC project here at Guyana Island is the first in Malaysia. The MERC Coral Reef Restoration Program also involves the replanting of hard coral fragments which are found within the vicinity of the Malahom Bay. These broken pieces of coral are the result of strong waves and careless human activities during mooring of boats and recreational activities such as snorkeling. These coral fragments would most likely die if left unattended on the sea bed. MERC divers collect the fragments and bring them back to the research center for preparation, stabilization, and finally for replanting around the surrounding reefs. First of all, the fragments are set onto specially prepared cement-based plates. They are then labeled and left to stabilize in the center's holding tanks for at least 2 weeks. The corals are then carefully taken to the surrounding reefs for replanting, where they will be protected, left to grow, and monitored. MERC visitors are encouraged to take the opportunity to work side by side with technicians as they prepare these coral fragments for future replanting. This is an important aspect of MERC's last, but just as important, program. The MERC Environmental Education Program is aimed at nurturing the younger generation, as well as the general public, on the importance and the need to care and protect all of our sensitive marine ecosystems. Visiting school children and resort guests alike are introduced to the beauties of the coral reefs, the seagrass beds, mangroves, and the resident marine life, as well as the threats they face. Visitors are given guided tours around all the exhibits, as well as the opportunity to feel some of the less sensitive marine organisms in the center's touch tank, thus providing a necessary and educational close encounter to all. MERC has always acknowledged that it cannot win this environmental marine battle on its own, but by working together and with your help and support, then, and only then, can we ensure the success of saving all these important hidden marine treasures.